And we're live on a Sunday fun day. I am the host, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist. I am your North American Sybil, your messenger of God. I don't believe there's another. I am the Lilith reincarnated on a Sunday fun day. Hey, welcome. Shout out to all the new people. Shout out, shout out. In order to keep up with me, you would have to catch last night's video. Anything I posted on my community page, and keep up with my shorts too, because those are always fun. Today is Sunday fun day. Oh God, he rearranges the whole day, I'll tell you what. Well, we're going to start with religious studies, and then we'll have a second helping of light codes, and he always tries to throw in some, dessert, some cherry toppers on the end. Let's see. I was laughing really hard. Let me just start by saying it's not easy to run church with a bunch of deviant, infantile demons. I am the goddess of hell, and they give me one hell of a time doing my job. So I'm like, all right, guys, no vagina jokes today when we pull out the Bhagavad Gita. Right? Pulling out all my books, right? I'm like, well, we're going to try that again without the jokes. Okay, so then I was like, well, where else are we going to? Buddha was talking to me, so we're going to definitely talk with Buddha. I was like, oh, well, let's throw in the little guy again. And then I was like, well, this thing, and it's all, where's that page turned down? Hold on, it's right here. It's turned down at judgment. I started laughing real hard. I was like, oh, here you go again with all that judgment shit. I started laughing really hard. He's casting judgment on you guys again. They're like, don't forget to bring in the Kabbalah. I was like, do you believe this is the right time for that? Yeah, they do. And in the middle of that, I was like, people are going to wonder if I'm even a Christian. Yeah, bring the Bible. I was like, is there anything else? Are you serious? Yeah. Before I get up here, I was talking to Morgan. She's like, where do you even start? How do you even know what to do? I was like, I don't. I just open it. I just open them, dude. I don't know shit about what we gain understanding. I was like, no, I'm guided, bro. It's like you go to church, they tell you where to open your Bible to. I'm just delivering the message. I'm not the one that wrote it at all. I have to interpretate this fucking message from you, not through these books, but and then don't get me started with the names. I've got to tell you what God says, or the ascending masters and whatnot. Anyways, we're gonna start with Buddha. Why? Because he was talking to. He was most present. Really? For sure. We're gonna talk about him. How do I know him? It was Kanyen. Yeah, we have a really close connection. So I'm him in the feminine form. But if you were to go into my other family, which is Krishna, Vishnu, and Shiva, I'm Kali. So we're family. All right. Anyways, we're gonna do some teachings of the teachings of Buddha. Where? I don't know. We're turned down in here. There's a page turned down. Where are we? I don't know. I don't think that's where we were at all. So with that being said, we're just going to pick a page and dive in. Here? Teaching in Ancient Fables. As I saw this, I'm seeing another book. Oh, please don't make me pull that one out. Alright, let's see. Alright, whatever you say. Give me 1 second. It's about enlightenment. They're trying to tell us about enlightenment. We're going to start on page 262, the ways of purification. Start first. Can you read that? Nah, bro. I'm just fucking with y'all. I told you, it's a joke around here. Have fun. Take your bra off. Chill for a while. Alright, to those who seek enlightenment must be must be careful of each step. No matter how high one's aspirations may be, it must be attained step by step. Don't make me sing yet. I'm not ready. I don't have my singing voice on. Sorry, that's funny. Anyways, the steps of the path to enlightenment must be taken in our everyday life. Every day you have to make steps. I was explaining that to she didn't say it, but I can sense it. She's like, does this mean you're leaving me? I'm like, look, this is all I can tell you. I was like, the gates are opening. You have to understand this. This lion gate is like heaven's gates. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's. Yeah, I sing a lot in the light. They sing a lot in the light. What happens? It's an Egyptian thing that happens in our reality, and everybody sits there with their hands open, thinking that God's gonna, burst great things upon them. It's like he's about to burst your lessons upon you, or your blessings, is how that looks. So I have very tragic memories of this fucking particular portal. What it is they weigh you. They weigh you. They're gonna weigh your heart. Right? So in the essence, not good and evil, but like, hey, check this out. You got some shit you need to work on. You need to go back over there and work on it. Now, as soon as they send you back over it, whatever they had in their hand is exactly what you're dealt with. So when I get to this gate and they hold my heart and see all this work I've done, how pure of heart I am, and all of the cleaning and all the cleansing, I say proceed. Now I've gotten to go through it before, but not all the big showerings that are proclaimed in this particular one that I can foresee and feel. And that's just what it is. It's a spiritual ascension path that's happening right now. It opened yesterday. It's the 818 Lionsgate portal, and I was explaining to her that this huge shift is happening. Everything's going to burst in the next 2 weeks. It's going to burst. And she's like, does this mean we're going in separate paths? I said, I can't tell you. I can't see where I'm going. I just know. And I was like, I won't see it till after tomorrow. I go through a portal every Monday. It's an ascension where I'm ascending on a Monday. I don't know what my new reality is until Tuesday, when God gives me strength and vision and direction. I can't really see. And that's what this has been, is I've been planting seeds and planting seeds and planting seeds. We've been manifesting, so that's going to pop. Do you know what I mean? You've been watering them and doing all the right things and taking all the right actions. Not limited to one seed, not limited to one outcome, being always hopeful and, intentional. At the same time, keeping on progress. It's everyday steps, all right? So it's just listed number 10. At the very beginning of the path and enlightenment, there are 20... Oh, we're right back where we started with the new people. All right, there are 20 difficulties for us to overcome in this world, and they are: 1. It is hard for a poor man to be generous. Stop there. Do you consider yourself poor? Then how come you're not generous? I tell that to Morgan all the time. What we have to offer is our experiences, our knowledge. We don't have, but that creates unbelievable monetary value in other people's lives. We had to go through years of experience to come back and tell you, you could call so-and-so and get you a check. You could call so-and-so and get this to take care of you. We had to go through unbelievable feats of fear to find the right resources to the right answers of how to proceed during certain situations in people's lives. We're extremely resourceful. We don't have much in our pocket, but even that, what we do have, we'll pull together to help, collectively. And so, but what we do have that we're so full of is experience and knowledge and resources. Right? So we share that abundantly. But like I said, for us, in our poverty state where we're very limited, I still have some to share. I might be the only person that's this close to the first of the month that still got some money in their pocket. I gotta be honest. I was making fun of them at the 6th of the month and they had no money in their pocket. None of them. Any woman, man, or whoever that has 1 adult and 2 children has the same exact expenditures as I do. Just saying that. So for those of you, it's hard for a poor man to be generous. It's not. You just have to understand what we do have to offer, and it's not that generosity. Now, if you are not poor, it shouldn't be hard for you to be generous with people. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Don't give with expectations. Hey, you owe me. You better pay me back times 10. You say, no, I got you. God got me. God will pay me back. You say that. You hold God. When you give freely, you say, no, don't worry about it. God will take care of this for you. God will pay, or Jesus paid the price. Say that. Say that. Woo! Power in those words. Jesus paid the price, bro. You're good. That's beautiful. All glory to God. Damn. That's good shit, bro. I want to use that. I want to bless someone and say that in his name. That's beautiful. Make me want to cry. All right, number 2. It is hard for a proud man to learn the ways of enlightenment. Well, you can look at Doctor Strange. That's that whole movie, right? Science couldn't heal him, so he had to be healed by faith and belief. She never fucking cut his fingers open. She never did shit to his hand. She never did nothing to his hands. But through his hands, like me, he could channel magic and open portals. He no longer needed to, put his hands on a body. He could channel through, time and space. But it was so hard. She showed him the chakras. Oh, I seen that in the gift shop. Oh, really? Oh, really? Let me light you up. Come here. Let me touch you. Let me show you the universe. Do I have that ability? Oh, hell yeah, bro. Come near me. Come near me. You'll see visions and everything. My son said last night he saw a shadow person. I told him, I was like, well, come on, CJ. I tell you all day that I talk to dead people. You just can't see them. And if it was anybody in our room, the only one that close to us is Pac or one of the gods. Don't have to worry. In the essence, he saw one in the room last night. I was like, we are not alone. In the essence, the limits of your mind's ability to accept new information. He had seen it, he just couldn't believe it. If you can't believe it, then I can't teach you. Open up your mind. Seriously. Alright, it's hard to seek enlightenment at the cost of self-sacrifice. Number 3. How did I get here? Self-sacrifice. I told you that. You have to keep taking off pieces of yourself to discover the true self that lies within. You have to face your fears. This isn't going to be your karma or your path, but something like mine was. First off, I lived in an apartment that I absolutely hated, filled with, spoiling my family with all kinds of shit in it, but I hated living there, and I would do anything just to keep it. My biggest fear was to lose it. My first awakening, that's what God asked me to do. He asked me to lose it. But what he asked me to do was give up working. He wanted me to stop working and start and become a priestess in his name. And I didn't see how that could ever be. But in order to do that, I was going to lose my house. And he made me prepared for stuff like this. I had to face all my fucking fears. All my fucking fears. Everything I was afraid of is what I had to, what he put me through. I'm not saying that's yours. Whatever your fears are. But in the essence is, that's the full detachment. I lost all of my belongings within, 4 months of my true awakening. Everything that made me. I really had to start new. And he didn't stop there. He kept making me shed other things. The car full of shit that I did have that I was so grateful that I held on to for dear life, he kept making me get rid of. Everything, clothes, memories, pictures, everything, dude. Anything that held on to that old life, he'd make me get rid of, and it was so heartaching. Down to my habits, of wearing makeup and looking good and everything, all my behaviors. I had to get rid of everything, the way that I think, the people that I talk to. It was so much self-sacrifice to where I completely had to lose myself to find myself. And now I find myself in a place of holiness to where I'm completely set apart from mankind and can do nothing more than bring them to me as one of the Melchizedeks. I cannot. That was my Friday fucking tower, is I can't relate to you anymore. I'm so far beyond your understanding that all I can do is sit here and try to give you the information so you can become like me, because there's no more me like you. It was pretty harsh. It's all self-sacrifice. But that's how it is you're overcoming temptations in doing that. I'm very tempted to do this. You have to overcome that. That's sacrifice yourself for the betterment of yourself. Right? So, I'm going to tell you something this morning. I had a download. There was a place that I wanted to apply to a job that I thought was amazing. I still have the application. I never made a decision because on the very top of it, it said, absolutely no smoking, smoke breaks. It's not good for you. It's not good for our customers. And I took that as an offense, and I didn't know if I wanted to challenge their authority, but at the same time, I just sat with it. For how long? I don't know. It's been about 3-4 months. And then this morning I realized, can I fight my addiction to have a position that I always think that would be fun to me, a job that I really wanted? Could I fight my addiction? As we were talking about giving up addictions, I made a big statement of I could go out without smoking. If that's the case, then why don't you go get the job you really want? Whoa, all right, Holy Spirit. Was that possibly the only thing standing in my way, was my attitude towards this? Possibly. Because I'm a perfect fit for this fucking place. I can dress in costume in this place. Really? Yeah. So in that sense, it's like God's challenging us. He's always challenging us. It's like, you said it, now do it. And for me, it's Kobe. It's God through Kobe. Kobe put a challenge on my plate from God. And that's really what it is. It's like, are you gonna walk it like you talk it? And it's, again, self-sacrifice. Will you sacrifice a part of yourself so another part of yourself can breathe? Meaning, if you gave up smoking throughout the day, which if I gave it out throughout the day, I'd probably give it up fully. But if you gave up smoking throughout the day, you could have a better day at this place. If you just didn't smoke, you could go have fun over here for like 5 to 8 hours a day. If you just didn't smoke. Well, And then you think about a different job. It's like, why don't I just get a fucking weed badge and just be smoking? I could be eating it at school. I could just be, around people that just smoke all the time. I'm just saying, there's all kinds of possibilities to how you want to push yourself. Push it to the limits. Right now, I'm personally trying to help Tasha manifest a job at the closest dispensary. She's got one of those. And I was like, no, that's perfect for you, bro. I'm going to try to set my intentions for you. But, I hope so. And then I got fucked. God was like, call Sophie. Nah, God, don't make me call Sophie. Because Sophie became management at that motherfucking dispensary. I was like, yeah, but then you'd have to work with Sophie. And Sophie's all about herself, and she don't like that, and blah, blah, blah. And you're not going to like Sophie. Like God trying to put me in some bullshit. Call Sophie. Don't make me, God. She might still be stalking her boyfriend. I bet she went back to him. He'd be trying to give me a friend. I'd be like, nah, please don't. Alright. Number 4. It's hard to be born while Buddha is in the world. Well, I don't know. I would say God. Again, you can put Buddha, Krishna, or Christ. It's really hard to be born right now while Christ is out here judging people. It's a hard knocks life. I'm serious. You can pretend in your little village and your little communities that your little child's going to have the best fucking future ever. That motherfucking kid is going to go through some trials and some tribulations with the rest of us for 35 years. Our job is just to make sure they make it through it sane and with hope and understanding and compassion for everyone else. And they can't, but we just need to give them peace during these times. If we don't got peace, they don't got peace. I'm serious. Kids watch it. It's in our head. We can remember seeing them. Our parents stressed out, tripped out, quiet, secretive. Something's wrong in the house. they don't want to stress, they don't want the kids to know. And yet, here comes somebody to come take all our furniture, and we're going to live at grandma's house, and nobody talked about any of this. And you guys are screaming with doors closed, and you don't want us to know what's going on. Yeah, bro. No peace, no peace. Anyways, it's hard to be born right now. It is hard to keep the mind pure against instincts of the body. Yeah, bro. Like, I really sometimes want to eat a piece. I'm not really that person, but I saw it. And that must have been Antoinette, Marie Antoinette. Like, maybe I just want to have a big fat piece of cake for breakfast. I'm more like carbs. If I had a leftover meal from a restaurant from last night, I sure as fuck will eat that for breakfast the next day. Cold pizza, shit like that. I'm not a breakfast person, dude. Especially not no tortillas, like flour ones. I could do the corn tortillas. But like eggs, I know, what other time are you supposed to, my daughter says this all the time about the Asians, how they eat eggs all the time in all different kinds of forms, like it's just a thing. It's like, yeah, you wonder where all the bird flu comes from. The fuck are they eating all those eggs? Lack of protein. Why? They can't fish their, and they don't got no meats and shit. Fucking tofu, and their fishes and shit. Yeah, do you ever think about these things? I try not to. But, your body, like, it just wants to do shit. Dude, I had shit I wanted to do today, and God said, no, it's going to be like 96 degrees, and I have a lot of teachings for you to do, and you got to get online and do some fucking paperworks. I just don't care. Fine, whatever you say. God, damn. That's it. Your body wants to do shit. You want to do shit. You want to do shit. I want to go out with the kids. I want to go. Nope. And nope. It's hard to turn down, to have a pure mind against the instincts of the body. Number 7, it's hard not to desire things that are beautiful and attractive. Yeah, I want nice new stuff. I don't really until I see it. As long as I don't put nice new stuff in my face all the time, then I don't want nice new stuff. But once you see it, you're like, I want that. I'm a whole child. Can't get on Shein or Temu or any of these things. I want that. And I'll start thinking about, how am I going to get that? It becomes that's where it starts. You put the image and then the want. You're a child. I don't know. I don't want everything, but I could really do this pretty bad. Like, I could go into any store and want some shit, bro. I don't know about you. I be wanting shit. Do you want shit? I always want some shit. That's why I control it in the sense of, I don't feed it into me. Because I know I want some shit. You tell me how good it is, I'm gonna want that. Yeah, I want that. That sounds good. I want one. I didn't want it till I saw it. So let's not even put our mind on that shit. And that's how consumerism is. That's all that marketing and advertising. They're like shoving massive images at you to make you, want this shit. I want that. I don't watch TV. I get stuck with a couple of fucking YouTube ads, but that's about it. Netflix ads. Something stupid like Fandango or something. Alright, moving on. Number 8. It is hard for a strong man not to use his strength to satisfy his desires. Okay, that goes for us in masculine anyways. It's hard for us not to go after the things that we want, bro. It's hard for us not to go after the things that we want. That's that drive, that's that willpower. I could get this shit. If I want it, I got it. It's mine. This is mine. I'm going after it. Lewis. It's the worst. There's always an extreme. Alright, number 9. It's hard not to get angry when someone is insulted. Bro, what the fuck did you say to me? It's hard not to get angry. No, you get angry. It's okay to get angry. It's not okay to act in that anger. There's a lot of people that try to deny your feelings. I am the divine feminine. I'm telling you, feel everything. That's the whole reason you came here, is what it felt to be like to be human. Feel it all. Otherwise, you're going to come back to feel it again. Did you feel that? Do you feel this? Pretty much. Feelings. It's okay to get angry. I get fucking angry. But what you do with that is important. What do you do when you're angry? Do you clean the house and use that anger for something positive? Like, Marshall, you're becoming a bad example of this, but, do you go out and make a fucking great hit song because you're all angry at some shit? Woke up in the morning and punch the world in the face. Yeah, all the time. What do you use that anger for? And when you're done with it, When it's no longer necessary, how do you disperse this anger? I'm gonna punch somebody in the face. You can't do that. God said, if it was real, bro, I promise you'd watch me punch the shit out of this dude. He won't let me, not one. Not one, bro. He don't want you hitting people, taking your anger out on people. That's not okay. You can take your anger out healthily. And that's what I'm saying is, and that's your sadness. I'm not sad. Bitch, you sad. You hella sad. You're not going to acknowledge that your feelings are hurt? That your heart hurts? You're not going to give yourself a hug and wipe your tears? Give yourself, you know what I mean, a snack and a bath and a good nap? You're not going to take care of yourself while you're sad? That's sad. Sorry. I'm never going to get past Buddha. We're 25 minutes into you, Buddha. Can I stop? Fuck. It is hard to remain innocent when tempted by sudden circumstances. We talked about this before. If you drop a bag of money, I'm taking the money and I'll pray about it later. Really? Pretty much. I mean, unless, I don't know. Unless my spirit said, just keep driving. But if I have to go by my feelings, bro. I'm serious. Is this from God, or am I being tempted or blessed? I'm just saying. What you think is right isn't always right. I made a whole talk about this, bro. I found hundreds of dollars before on the ground. I don't go walking around asking whose it was, but I've also found, you know what I mean, money orders that weren't filled out, and I turned them into the closest store where I knew they came from. There's a difference, you know what I mean? I don't find a wallet, take the money out, and turn in the wallet. As a Lyft driver, many fucking people left their phones in my car. You know, shit like that. I would return them. The only thing I didn't return was some girl's keys. I took her, it was New Year's. And I knew where she lived and everything. I just didn't know how to get it. I don't know. She left her keys in my car. She was my first ride. I picked her up in Thornton. I remembered because I picked her up at the very apartments that I lived in. It used to be called the Thistle Sage on 120th in Washington. But now there's something else. It was crazy, too. I got up there. There was no fucking snow. There was absolutely no sign of snow in Denver, dude. It was dry as fucking... You were out there in your bikinis, bro. But as soon as I went north, I hit a whole fucking snowstorm. This truck lost control on the freeway in front of me. It was all madness up there. I remembered. It was one crazy one. But that was the only thing I didn't return. There was nothing else I did. Oh, my headphones. My original headphones, yeah. This lady left them in my car. And she caught a flight out of here. There was no way to get them back. Lyft wasn't gonna, or Uber wasn't gonna ship them. I'm not shipping this shit. She didn't even call for them. One guy left. I thought that guy was a douchebag, bro. I took him to the airport. He was going on his honeymoon, and he left his, I don't know what it was. It's like a PlayStation little handheld thing. And he called me right away. I had to return it to them when they came back. I was like, what kind of dipshit takes his fucking game station to his honeymoon? I think God did you a favor, did your wife a favor on this one. I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it. I returned it. No big deal. But in the essence, it's like, you know, whatever. Let's see. It's hard to keep oneself humble. It really is, though. Oh, excuse me. I skipped a couple. Number 11. It's hard to apply oneself to study widely and thoroughly. I'm struggling with that with Metatron. It's hard, and I tried to explain it. It's called gematria or something. Gematria is what it is, and it's these symbols and numbers, and you put them together, and it makes a language. It's before words, so it's very frustrating. And then learning about the planet, you know, these. I'm still fucked off on a fucking on an atom. What's an atom made of? Nuclei of leptons and protons, and there's 6 and 6, but they only use 3, and I'm still fucked off. It's very hard learning this information. Like, what are you talking about? All the rest of this isn't so hard, but where I'm at right now, it's difficult, and I want to put it down, and I can't. I cannot get out of this until I understand it. These images and these, it's that Transformers moment. Codes, symbols, signs, they're in my head, they're on the wall. I'm trying to make a language out of this bullshit. Really? Really. Alright, number 12. It's hard not to despise a beginner. I don't know. I guess the Kobe in me pushes real hard. I see that a lot looking back. His energy overcomes me and I push like he pushes. I see that now. I call you a bitch all the time out of pocket. You'll be a bitch. If you understood that's how they talk to me, bro, you'll see it in the videos. It's like, they were hard, bro. They were hard on me, I thought. 13. It's hard to keep oneself humble. 14. It's hard to find good friends. 15. It's hard to endure the discipline that leads to enlightenment. It's hard, bro. People give up. That's why they haven't hit this stage. 16. It's hard not to be disturbed by external conditions and circumstances, to let shit bother you. It's hard not to let the outside world affect your inside world. 17. It's hard to teach others by knowing their abilities. That's me. That's exactly where I am. It became hard for me to teach you knowing your abilities. Your egos. 18. It's hard to maintain a peaceful mind. 19. It's hard not to argue about right and wrong. That's it too. That was pissing me off. I don't want to argue. Leave me alone with this. 20. It's hard to find and learn a good method. Alright? That's according to Buddha. Those are the 20 hardest things about enlightenment. Can you go through that? I don't know. Let's see what else you can or cannot handle. We're going to go into the Quran. I was telling that to Morgan as I was coming up here. I was like, my religious studies are exciting because you can't walk into these churches and learn these scriptures. Not me and you, because we're American, but especially as women. We can't be invited into these churches to learn these scriptures. Me being able to open these books, it's like, it introduces culture into a non-cultured environment. You know what I mean? So I enjoy this because we're in part of religion around world religion, and this gives me the ability to provide it to people. Like, none of us know what's going on in other churches. If you stick to your segregation, you don't know what they teach. And here we learn what everybody teaches in their, behind their closed doors. And that's the cool part about that, is we start to realize they're teaching the same shit we're teaching. They believe the same shit, just a different person delivers it. They believe what we believe. That's the cool part about religious studies that I do over here. Later we're going to do the light codes, which teaches you the energies, the energy forces that are around us for the next 10 days that we can hold on to, which are positive affirmations and shit that gets put in us. Confirmations of affirmations of good shit that's we're going to go through as we ride the wave of the week through the dark shit. Fill yourself up and stuff. But like the Quran, as a female, no, I know this. We weren't allowed to know such things. I have a page turned down. Turned down for what? I don't know. We're just going to go there on page 187. Something about the thunder. Well, this page was turned down. We're going to jump over here. Why? Because it's the beginning of a new chapter or sentence, something. Alright, those... Oh, yeah, we were reading about... This was trippy. I started reading out of nowhere, and they were talking about Joseph, and the more I read, I was like, they're talking about Joseph. Actually, that's on, I think I saw it on Netflix. It said it was leaving soon. The Prince of Egypt? No, not that one. Which one was it? I don't remember. I think it's called Joseph. Forgive me. Anyways, number 36. To those whom we sent the scriptures, rejoice in what has been revealed to you. While some factions deny parts of it, say to them, I have been commanded only to worship God and not to associate partners with him. To him I pray, and to him I shall return. Thus we have revealed it is a clear commandment in Arabic. If you followed their desires after all the knowledge which has come to you, you would have no protector or shield against God. We sent down the messenger before you and gave them wives and children. Yet it was not possible for a messenger to bring a sign save by the commandment of God. Every age has had its revelation. Say it again. Every age has had its revelation. Meaning, throughout time, God has expressed this revelation, this vision, to each land. Accordingly, He has provided a messenger with the revelation. God abrogates or confirms that He's pleased, and with Him is the source of all His commandments. Whether we show you part of what we have promised them, or cause you to pass away before that, our mission is only to give you warning. It is for us to do the reckoning. Do they not see how we come to their land? And that's what it is. What is this? Our job is to deliver His message. All of these, and that's where you realize is the commandments. So what did we talk about here? We talked about the 20 commandments. They're in all of them, and they're basically the same. Anyways, it's like, do they not see how we came to their land and shrinked its borders? God decided. No one can reverse His decision. And that's it. What woman, who gave you authority as a woman? God. God Almighty made me His high priestess, with all authority given by the ascending masters to proclaim their word to their people, to bring them closer to Christ. Are you serious? I swear to you. Any opposition is your opposition against Christ, or against God, and all beings of the light, as they call it, the brotherhood of the light, as I am the feminine. Good luck with that. As the goddess of hell that reigns over the darkness, and you want to fight the brotherhood of the light, good luck with that. Who tasked you with this? God Himself, not Jesus, not an angel. God Himself told me to do this. The God of all gods, for I am the goddess of all goddesses. Just want to make that heard. He tasks His messengers. He plagues them. Go back to the teachings. We didn't ask for this, but you could say we signed up for it. God decides. No one can reverse His decision, and He is swift in reckoning. Those before them did all devise plots, but in all things the master planning is God's. He knows what each soul does. Those who deny the truth shall soon know for whom is the final adobe. Those who deny the truth say, "You are not God's messenger." Say, "Sufficient is God as my witness between me and you, and those who have knowledge of the book." Well, thank you, God. It starts with Abraham. We'll start this next time. I guess he just wanted to assert my authority upon you. His authority given, or my authority given by Him. And that's where it gets scary. You can't, all magical wonders that humans were able to harness within their body and their self came from the feminine, the goddess, the dark. If you ever hope to inherit those, you're going to have to go to the light. I have come to reclaim all dark powers. You will have to claim your powers from the light. That's how that works. You're pretty screwed on that. They will tell you all about it. Where are we at in this? The Ascension. This has to do with this. They're talking about it. Alphabet letters? No alphabet soup. We got a page turned down. Ein Sof and you. Okay. This is talking about, you would have had to keep up. We all come from the source. Okay, this is the seraphim, and then there's God. God. As you're created from the mass consciousness, God, the light. You have to go through all the layers, right? So it goes beam, beam. I don't know how they all go, which way they go through, but you have to take in all your layers of your being, which is your planetary, blah, 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 blah. Then you become human. Check? Okay. Each of us emerges from Ein Sof and is included in it. We live through the dissemination. It is the perpetuation of existence. The fact that we sustain ourselves on vegetation and animal life does not mean that we are not nourished on something outside of it. This process is like the revolving wheel, first descending, then ascending. I shared that in my community page. It shows the tree of life, but then how the descent of it, and it starts with LILITH. And that's what it is you have to descend into the pits of your darkness to ascend to the light of God. You got all that? It is all one and the same. Nothing is separate from it. Through the branches, out further and further, everything is joined to Ein Sof, including the abiding in it. Delve into this. Flashes of intuition will come and go, and you will discover a secret here. If you are deserving, you will understand the mysteries of God on your own. Meaning you don't need to be taught this. There's people that study it. So like Wolfman, he studies the shit out of it. He said he was going to get this tattooed on his back, and Pac made so much jokes. He's like, this dude's going to put a bumper sticker on his back for other dudes. He made a whole testimony to the fact that men flex on other men with tattoos, not women. And on the back, on your backside, he really made jokes. They got real deep on that. But in the essence, he doesn't know half of what I've known, but he's read 1 million books, like twice as many books as I own about this. He studied it for whoever knows how long. People have studied it, but they don't understand it. Say it again. If you are deserving, you will understand the mystery of God on your own. That means you have a purpose. There's a reason we need you to know this. And that's what Metatron. I need you to know this so you can teach this to them. I don't need to know this. I don't need to teach you this. I don't need to know this. I need to find ways to teach it. But I don't need to know this. Why? Because I'm already up here with God. It's teaching you guys how to ascend. I'm tasked with it. Alright, let's moving on. You live in everything. There must be a contraction of God's presence, or a contraction of God's presence. For if we believe that Ein Sof emancipated the emancipation and does not clothe itself within, then everything that emancipated is outside of it, and it is outside of everything. What does that mean? If you came from God, then you have to believe that God is with you. If you originally came from the source of God, then you have to know that the source of God is within you. And that's what I say. We're not apart. There's not like, when I told Scary Larry, I was like, I'm the Lilith reincarnated. He said, you have the Lilith inside of you, meaning a separate entity inside of me. We're not apart. God lives within me, as well as the entire universe. There's me, us, and the whole, which is God. Right? So what it's trying to say here is, you have to understand that. You came from God, so God lives within you. It's like understanding the simplistically, the DNA of yourself. Here he goes with his little DNA strip. You see that? That's what's on his belly. Is that you came from your parents, so even if your parents were never there in your entire life, they live within your heart, within your DNA. Even if you've never met God, God is still within you and outside of you and around you at all things. And that was also the fight with Scary Larry. Scary Larry tried to believe. He literally said, I was like, there's no place where God doesn't rest. He said that my teachings, being a pagan priestess, as I was going outside of the covering of Christ. So there's no place where God doesn't live. He said, you're going into places of evil. I said, there's no such thing as evil. He said, so when a man is raping a child, that's not evil? I said, I've been that child. And that wasn't evil, and God was there. That was karma. Whose? Lilith's. And that man's. Perhaps that man was a woman that was raped and raped and raped and raped her life before. So she said, in the next life, I shall do the raping. I shall do the reaping. So she had to become a very, very powerful man to play the other role. That's all we do. We play these roles forever. Oh, I'm going to be a doctor this time. I'm going to be a farmer. I'm going to be a serial killer. Hey, we have one in Denver. I found that out yesterday. How do you know? I saw it. The killing? No. They said they found a body in an open space in Westminster where just earlier this month they had found human remains. They're onto it. We have a killer. We have a serial killer dropping bodies. Probably more than one, but they're onto it now. They don't want us to know some shit like that. They'll never let the public know some shit like that ever again. Why? Because mass hysteria. Mass hysteria. As I told the guy next to me when I realized it, I said, if there's one, there's many. God lets them out in a bucketful in a generation. He lets out a bucket full of these motherfuckers. Really? Yeah, I don't want to scare you. Don't be scared. I mean, if you want to live in fear. Anyways, going back to it, it's like, is God in that? Yeah. He's not ungodly. This is an experience, to say the least. Alright, this applies not only to the Sephiroth, but to everything that exists, large and small. They exist solely through the divine energy that flows to them and clothes itself in them. God who gives you life. What gives a rock life? God. What gives the stones power? God. What gives, you know what I mean, the land, you know, how does everything grow? God. The sun, the water, all that. That's all God, bro. How do we live? God. He's the air we breathe. But he's also the pumping in our, it's so much. So it's like, he's not a form, he forms everything that makes everything. It's like you can see God in everything. If God's gaze were withdrawn for even a moment, all existence would be nullified. This is the secret meaning of the verse. You enlivened everything. So divinity flows and inherits in each thing that exists. God is in the plants that feed the bees, and the bees that pollinate the trees, and this, that, and the other. He's in everything. He's working everything at the same exact time. This is the secret meaning of the verse. God's presence fills the entire world. Contemplating this, you are humbled. Your thoughts are purified. That's a good way to say it. He's in all things, and especially in you, and that's what Jesus said. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. You inherit the Father through the messages of the Son, and you know the voice of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit was the Holy Spirit, the voice of God. It could come in an angel form. It could come in any form. He sends his messengers. Like I said, God spoke directly to Moses through a burning bush. This bush, he knew, was the voice of God. Right? But he spoke directly to Mary through an angel. You know what I mean? So God speaks directly to me, but he also speaks directly to me through Pac or Kobe or any of them. If I'm not listening to him, he sends somebody that, you know, a familiar form that I will listen to. And there's this video a couple months back where it's like Lilith versus God, where I get extremely mad at him. The next day is Sunday, and I'm supposed to come do his work, and I've got an attitude. And it's Buddha that comes to my door the next morning that gets me out of my room. It's like, you know, so he's in all things, and that's the birds. That's, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many sightings of God. He's in all things. I try to teach you that. Where are we at? 49 minutes. Bhagavad Gita, because I couldn't do it last time, and we haven't actually started it. The cosmic vision. What are we talking about? Number 11, the cosmic vision. No, we were on chapter 7. Let's go back. The war within. That sounds good. Damn, you guys' names. Guys, the only way I can do this is by chopping up names, dude. I'm sorry. Because my mind just puts too much on it, bro. It tries too hard. It tries too hard. This isn't where I was at either. What is this? He said, read. Fine. The mystic points of view is more subtle. For them, the battle is an allegory, a cosmic struggle between good and evil. Krishna has revealed... Sorry. We will pull this energy tomorrow, sometime. It's coming close. So we're about to roll the 10-day. All right, anyways. Krishna has revealed himself on earth to reestablish righteousness, and he is asking Arjuna to engage in a spiritual struggle, not a worldly one. According to this interpretation, Arjuna is asked to fight, not his kith and kin, but his own lower self. Mahatma Gandhi, who based his daily life on the Gita from his 20s, felt it would be impossible to live the kind of life taught in the Gita and still engage in violence. To argue that the Gita condones violence, he said, was to give importance only to the opening verses, its preface, so to speak, and ignore the scripture itself. For some, it helps clarify the question to look upon the Gita as a I have this. Okay, hold on. Upanishad. I have that. What the fuck is that? I have that book. Hold on. I always wondered what it was. We haven't really got into it. Oh, it's Isopanishad. This one says Upanishad. This one's Isopanishad. What is it? No more Sri Krishna teachings. I recognize the writing now. Alright. A mystical statement from the Vedas was incorporated into the warrior epic of the later age. Chapter 1 of the Gita then forms a rather perilous bridge between the warrior's world and the essential part of the Gita, Sri Krishna's revelation of spiritual truth. Alright, it starts with number 1, the war within. O Sanjana, tell me what happened Kurukshetra, the field of Dharma, where my family and the Pandavas gathered to fight. So he tells this epic story, and he told you not to place too much on it. What's the story? Arjuna is called to reclaim his family's throne, to overtake his uncle or some shit like that. And it's supposed to be not so much just realized what happened. It's not so much about the fight, but about the spiritual battle that this is calling to rise. It's a Rosa Parks moment. It's a Simba moment where you're called. You have to stand in glory. You have to fight for the family. You have to, it's Moses. Say, let my people go. You're just called. It's that King Arthur. You're part of the family, but now they want you to, the king. It's one of those stories. Isn't that crazy, right? How many movies, right? That creativity. They tried to tell the stories of time through a creativity. And luckily they did, so we have some imagery. Because who read these books? You know what I mean? So that's where this starts. It's lots of stupid, crazy names. It's not stupid and crazy, it's just I can't keep up with this shit. I'm going to jump into self-realization. Let's see. Is that where we're at? Yeah, self-realization. This chapter establishes various definitions of yoga taught in the Gita. Here the word does not refer to physical postures or exercises, hatha yoga. It connotes in the West. It refers primarily to disciplining the mind. Yoga is evenness of the mind, detachment from duality of pain and pleasure, success and failure. Therefore, yoga is a skill in action. Because
Can you use a little hot water?
No, but it takes a lot in the morning for it to get hot. I haven't ran any hot water. So you're going to have to wait, seriously, 10 minutes. I run it for 10 minutes. I went to a shower? No, I took one before I went to bed, so I didn't need to jump up and jump in right away. Anyways, yoga is, so when they use the word yoga, it's a form of meditation, but yoga is a skill of action because this kind of detachment is required if one is to act in freedom rather than merely react to events compelled by conditioning. And that's it. You have to be able to control your emotions when things happen. And I have many videos of it. Things happen and they cause us to emotionally rise, right? And then our thoughts start panicking. Our emotions, we have an emotional reaction to what just happened, and then our thoughts start going crazy. And then we act in that. And nothing more than fear and devastation for what's, we're being presented with. We're emotionally not capable of dealing with day-to-day experiences without, overreacting is what they call that. Yes? Is that you? Me? Everybody? Yep. Okay. Krishna is not trying to persuade Arjuna to lead a different kind of life and renounce the world as he would a monk or a recluse. He tells Arjuna that if he can establish himself in yoga, an unshakable equanimity, profound peace of mind, he will be more effective. Now, that's what he needed me to do. He had to pull me completely out to learn these methods. I could not learn how to calm my mind with everything of this world. I had to be pulled out of the world because everything about the world was triggering to me. So he put me out in the woods and learned to work through my mind what it was already without any extra things happening to trigger it. Just take me away from everything and deal with everything that was already in there. And then little by little keep reintroducing me into the matrix again. Right? So, let's see. He tells Arjuna that if he can establish himself in yoga, an unshakable equanimity, profound peace of mind, he will be more effective in the realm of his action. His judgment will be better and his vision clear if he's not emotionally entangled in the outcome of what he does. Meaning overthinking everything you do. Overly emotionally attached to this is what's going to happen if I do this. There's no emotional attachment to what I do. I might be fearful of what this might do, but we don't give it too much thought. We don't overanalyze everything we do. And that goes back to Carl Jung, what I posted yesterday. Just don't judge yourself according to others. Just do and see, make your own evaluation later, but not persecution upon your decisions. All right. His judgment will be better. Arjuna now asks his first question as Krishna's student. His teacher has been talking about spiritual wisdom, direct, experimental knowledge of immortal self. Arjuna wants to know what difference this kind of wisdom makes in everyday life. If a person established an ever-present awareness of the core of divinity within himself, how does it affect the way he lives? I'm going to stop right there. No, I'm going to finish this. Arjuna is not interested in what people believe, but in how they conduct themselves in life. Why did I need to know who I was? What difference, what does this mean? A person who is ever present in the awareness of the core of their divinity within themselves. As I walk through the valleys of the shadows of death, I have to remember all the time, I am Lilith. I am God's chosen. I am his favored. Knowing that, how does that affect the way that I live? A sense of freedom. I walk around with the four fundamental food groups. First off, a knowing of who I am in God. I know who I am to him. Regardless of who you think I am, I know who I am to God. I am his daughter, his firstborn. I am his goddess. You may not see that, and that's fine, but your spirit knows it. The birds know it. The fucking bees know it. Everything knows it. The fucking trees know who I am. It's okay that you don't. I don't need to cast my authority on anyone. I just have to remember myself, how important I am to God. That knowing gives me the other three. Because of that, I am always provided for. I am always protected. I have an extremely important purpose, and I am loved. That gives me freedom to walk around without persecution of who doesn't like me and what I don't have and where my life is or isn't. Come on, Lilith. I got stuff for you to do today. Alright, God. I am his child, and I am finally letting him lead me through his life instead of running away from it and trying to run my own life. But that was just my first time. This is me. Lilith is recreated, reincarnated, so she can have a good life. Lilith had a crazy life, obviously. But as Isis, I was all obedient. As Kanyen, as Hecate, as Kali, I was all obedient. Lilith, no, she didn't want to be guided. She wanted to find her own way. And that's what it is you need to learn to be, to inherit your Lilith. But that's why you need to know this. Why do you need to know all of this? Because you need to understand how important you are to God. You may not be God's first, but you're God's child, like all of us. Extremely favored, totally protected, provided for, loved beyond belief, treasured of him, his little starseed, his little earth angel or demon. Damn, that one's crazy. You're not the craziest one he ever made. Wait, you got some Lilith in you? You're not so Christ-like? He loves us both the same. Oh, you didn't know Jesus had a sister that was locked in hell? And nobody locked me in nowhere. I locked myself in my own room. Get away, I'm listening to music. It's all perceived in the books. I'm gonna stop there. Yeah, we went too deep, and yeah, I'm a Christian. And do you want something out of the fairy Bible? We're gonna talk about the Christ. We talk about Christ all the time. Christ Almighty. You wanna talk about something goofy? These are real. What do we turn to? Fairies and the Finlands. The fairies of the murals. What are these? Ooh, that made a scary noise. Within the Gold Cape building. Let's find out. Where are we turned to? The four elements. Special fairy realms. The spiritual realm have many levels, all of them inhabited by beings. Some are close to Earth, such as whatever, and those too rarefied for us to imagine. Many others lie in the in-between. We may travel to such places at night while sleeping when we are in what occultists term as the astral body. That's where I see them all at. I see them in the astrals. Not in the 3D, not in the third dimension, but the 5D and above. This is a subtle spirit body that exists in the same place as our flesh and bloody body. But during this slumber, it separates and remains connected to the body by a silver cord, but is unable to travel far. Now I can go is able to travel far, far away from it, in this world or in other worlds, so we can visit fairy realms in our dreams. Yeah, that's how it works. I guess for you new people, I got a page turned down here. How to use this book. Yeah, maybe we should learn how to use the book. Just kidding. I never read the intros. I never read the directions. I just dive all in. Go ahead and start with Doctor Strange. Don't tell me you don't have Hulu, bro. You better fucking make up an account and sign up for $3.99 through fucking Disney like me. I pay $4 a month for both of them. Quit playing around. You're a liar. You're a liar. If a ghetto bitch like me on welfare can have that, so can you. Your priorities are fucked off, bro. Quit playing around. Anyways, go ahead and watch that. That's a good start. You're going to have to break your logical mind to understand the type of shit I'm teaching over here. But logically speaking, it's been historical biblical teaching since the beginning of mother freaking time. The problem is if you weren't born during that time or that culture, you have no knowledge of it. They're barely moving. And that's even Jesus. Jesus wasn't born in the West. They're still barely moving this damn ball over to the West. Well, West. It took him a long time to get across that sea. The fucking ships kept sinking or something. I'm not... It's a funny joke. Sorry. It's very biblical. It goes back in time. I'm excited on 25 people that came over here that believe in aliens. If you believe in aliens, I think I can get you to believe in magic. And Christ. I think I'm off to a good start. The rest of you, not so much. Not so much. I can't get you to see a dragon if you never even believed in one, but I swear I can take you to a place astrally where you can see them, bro. You want to see an alien? I can take you there, but you got to leave your conscious, which means you got to get out of your own thoughts and, your own self. Your self-absorbed self. Your flesh bag, bro. I don't care about your fucking blood pressure right now. You're acting stupid right now. It's a Spider-Man moment. Do you have a passport? You want to go to Germany? I can't go to Germany. I got homework. Are you serious right now? I mean, I could take you without the passport, but your homework, that's what's important right now? We have a German war. Just kidding. Maybe. Sorry, I'm always ready to fight some crime in time. I'm excited for you guys. We're going to do some light codes in a little bit. Let's get us some lunch. Let's get juiced up and stuff, and we'll come back and we'll regroup after that. Love yous. Laters. Bye-bye.